Hello guys, welcome back. And my name is Ricky everyone, and today in this video, I'm gonna share with you fully how to use a Miro board and actually how to use it for a virtual meeting, how to use it for virtual brainstorming, and how to use it for maybe if you're an educator, you like to teach, and I will show you some tips and the tools that you can actually use in order for your meeting or your class or your brainstorming session to work out smoothly and have a little bit of fun in Miro. If you guys are ready for it, and there's a couple of things that you need before you start, is you already need a Miro account. That means you've already registered for one. It's either you want to get a free one, it's either you want to get a paid one. It doesn't matter as long as you have a Miro account. So if you're ready, go ahead, open your browser and open up to your Miro account, and then we will start from there. As I change my screen into my Safari browser, here it is. So guys, so I actually opened a Miro board already, a Miro Safari board already. And then this is my account of my Miro board. My account name is Team01, if you can take a look. And then I have only one board here because I'm on a free version of Miro, as I'm doing this for this video sake. And I have another paid version account of Miro, but currently right now I'm using a free version. So what you do is, the first thing is very simple. If you're gonna make a new board, you're gonna click the new board here, and then when you click the new board, it's gonna take you to an empty board. Unfortunately for today, I've already made a new board for me already, and then this board is called Weekly Meeting Team01. So guys, if you're going to start, maybe you should start clicking the new board and then renaming your board, and then you should have your screen like this. You're ready? So once you click the screen, you should have a very empty board right now you see on my screen. Simple as that. Now, there's a couple of things that you need to know about Miro, and I'll let you know a little bit from the outer tools first, and then I'll go inside deeper into the other tools that you have. Now, because I'm an admin, because I own the board and then it's my board, that means there's some tools that I can see, but my students or my participants cannot see. So let me repeat that one more time. Because the board is mine and I'm the admin of that board, there's some tools that I have that other people don't have. It's called the admin tool. Now I'm gonna let you know which tools that admin has later on throughout this video. So if you hang around and then you open your board, we're gonna do this step by step. And by the end of this video, you should be a master of a Miro. So first things first, before you start the Miro, I always like to check what tools do I use in order for me to use the Miro. Because the Miro can adaptively use a mouse or what you call what is that called? It's that pad in the computer. So you can actually use a mouse, or you can actually use that sketch pad in the computer, which you actually touchpad. I think that's what it's called. You can actually use a touchpad, or you can actually use a mouse. And I let you know, you're probably saying, but how about if I use an iPad? Does that work? Yes, it works, but that's in another video. I'm gonna let you know how to use a Miro account or a Miro board using an apps on your phone. So the first thing is, I'm gonna ask myself, what do I use? Is it a mouse or is it a touchpad? Now, if it's a mouse, the first thing I'm gonna hover myself is, I'm gonna actually click the settings. If you can take a look at the screen, the setting is the most important step before you start a Miro board. So you click that first, and then when you click it, you will go 3 down. So 1, 2, 3, you will see this navigation mode. This is very important. When you click the navigation mode, it gives you an alternative. It'll ask you, are you using a trackpad or are you using a mouse? And then you'll have to choose one of these two. Either you're using a trackpad or a mouse. Now, if you're using an iPad, of course you will use a trackpad because it's touch sensitive. And if you're using a mouse, of course you'll choose the mouse. So since now I'm using a mouse, I'll just click mouse and then I will apply. Now this gets the Miro to know you a lot better and what tools you are using. Why? Because if you use a mouse and if you use a scroller, in the mouse there's a scroller, yes, at the top. If you use a scroller, it can actually zoom in and zoom out. If you take a look at the screen, it zooms in and zooms out. Maybe you cannot see it, so I'll just put a post-it for a second so you can actually take a look at it, how it zooms in and zoom out. You see that post-it? Yes, if you use the scroller on your mouse, it gives you a scroll in and a scroll out. You see that? When it scrolls in and scrolls out, It's so easy to use this Miro. You're halfway there already. All right, guys? So remember to change that setting at the beginning. That's it. Now, let's go over the Miro board. Ready? The first thing is you need to do is you need to rename that board. Of course, when you open a new board, it's unnamed already. That means it doesn't have a name. So you will need to click the name first, and then you need to change the name here. You can add a description if you like to. The description, maybe I'll just put my description as Team 01, and then I'll say Tuesday meeting. Once that's done, I'm going to click the outside part of the window, and then it's going to be right there, and it's going to save actually the name for that Miro board itself. If you can take a look at it, once it's done, you see up here, yeah, it's just changed the name, and for the description, if you click it, you'll be able to see that it's Team 01 Tuesday meeting. Simple as that. So once that's done, you rename your board. Now it's time for you to go inside and see what tools Miro board have. Ready? The first tool is, I call this, and the left hand side, I call this the select tool. That means if you want to select anything on the Miro, including sticky note, including shapes, including numbers, including letters, you will use that select tools, because this is how you select each object on the Miro. Second, this is a template tools. Template tools is if you like to use your own template, if you like to use the Miro template, you can actually press this and Miro will give you a template. Now, these templates are really cool templates. You will love it. There's about 1,000, I think 1,000 plus template inside this Miro, and you can use any of this. And plus, it's for free. You can use either the bar on the left-hand side to actually just narrow down what is it that you plan to do today for the meeting using the Miro. Some of us like to use mind map. Some of us will like to say, I'm going to do a research meeting today, so you can use the research template. Some of you might say, I'm going to do a strategic planning today with my team. So you can actually choose strategic planning, and Miro will actually give you the template that the Miro provides for you. Again, let me tell you, this is for free. So let me just give you an example. When you choose a Miro template, how does it look on your board? So I'm going to choose a mind map. Once I choose this mind map, guys, I'm going to choose the easiest mind map of all. It's called the concept mind map. And then you can preview it, or you can just use it straight away. If you preview it, press preview, it will keep you on that window and it will show you what this mind map looks like. And you can actually zoom it in if you like to. And if you want to zoom in, you can zoom in and take a look. And this is what actually the mind map looks like. Easy as that. Now, if you like what you see, you can actually use it as a blank template. Or if you want to use a pre-filled template, you can. You press the blue button, and if you want a blank one means in all of this sticky note, it's empty. You don't get to see anything, so it's just empty to that. So I'm going to actually use the pre-filled one. Let's go, yeah? So I'm going to use, and then you'll about to see that mind map drops into your board in 1 second time. If you take a look at it, you can actually zoom in and zoom out to make it bigger. And then when you make it bigger itself, you can actually move the whole thing. Now, once you're done, you like to move one thing, easy as that. You move one of this sticky note, or if you want to make it bigger, go ahead. And as easy as that, this is the template you can actually use. You can actually zoom in and you can actually zoom out. So easy as that, guys. When you use this template, just choose a template. Miro does everything for you. Okay, so let me erase this because I'm not going to go into a lot of details on template, because you need to know other tools that you can use in Miro. Okay, so that was the second tool. The third tool is called the text tool. Now, if I use the text tool, you can actually write text. You see how it's very small, right? So you can actually zoom in a little bit, or you can actually make the text even bigger from the font size. If you go bigger of 48, you can actually write something. Now, I will write here and say weekly topic. All right. And then once I put weekly topic here, and then that's done, finish this. Okay. When you use the text tools, you will only use this for title's sake. If you have a title that you want to put, you will use the text tool. Now, it's simple to edit the text tool. You just click the text one time. It will give you a different set of tools, which is you will see there is a lockbox, you'll see there was a set color and opacity, you will see there is a highlighter, you will see there is a color change of the text, and you can also link this, and plus you can also make this bold. Yet you can also resize, and you can have different type of fonts that you can actually use. Now, you're probably asking me, Kaya, Ricky, okay, so this is cool. You can actually link it to something. Yes, I'm not going to talk about the link now because you're going to find out anyhow. And it's so easy to use the link. It's user friendly. But at the same time, if you say, Ricky, I'm going to actually use this, the Arial one, and then I would like to make this bold. Now, some of us like to click it once and then you press the B to make it bold. Some of us like to do that. You make it bold. You see that? Or some of us just like to use the shortcut that you normally use on a Windows computer or a Mac computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press one time to select it. And then I'm going to highlight the whole thing. And then I'm going to Command B, which is on the Mac. Over Windows, I'm sure it's Control B, right? So there you go. It made it bold. So you will use the same shortcut with any other computer that you have. That's how great Miro is. Now, let's say you say, Ricky, this is too big. All right. So if it's too big, you can make it smaller from the font size menu. So you have to click it once. You have to let Miro know which text you're editing. So when you click it once, you go lower and you go bigger in size, it will actually make your text lower and bigger. Now, the very simple thing you can do, actually, you don't need to go to the editing panel. You can just see this white circle on each corner of the text, and you can click it and you can actually drag it in and drag it out. That also makes the text even bigger. As simple as that. All right, so this is the text tool. You know this. Now, you will never use the text tool for editing a sticky note. Remember, yeah, you will never use the text tool in order to use a sticky note. You will only use this as a title. Let's say, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say in this territory where my team is going to talk about the weekly topic, and then I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to highlight this, the whole thing into yellow. And once I highlight this into yellow, there you go. So I will use this as a topic, and I'll go to my team and say, guys, okay, so make sure in the yellow area, you use this to talk about your weekly topic. You use this text as a title. Remember that. It's not a text for you to write down into a sticky note or into anything, but it's just for a title. And let me tell you, you can use it inside a sticky note. You can use it also on top of any shapes that you like. But at the same time, I find it very easy to use it just for a title. Okay. All right. So let me just erase this. That's done. Okay, next one. The next tool is called the sticky note tool. Now, this is the most favorite part of my tool, right? So you can actually choose any color of the sticky note. You stick it, you click it once, and then you can choose anything you like. You can eventually use the yellow, the white, the black, any color you like. You can use the pink also. I love this color, the yellowish color. Okay, so I'm gonna put a sticky note anywhere I like. I'm gonna make the sticky note a bit bigger, so you guys can see. And then once you can see this, how do I edit in a sticky note? This is the most common mistake that people make in Miro. You ready? The most common mistake is they will go over to text, and then they will write on top of that text, on top of that sticky note. Now, if you can take a look, the text box goes over the sticky note. That's why I told you, use the text tools only for title's sake. All right, so if I'm going to write here, let's say I'm going to say my name is Ricky Suroso, and on my weekly, you see it's a bit chunky and it's not in order, and the text is outside. And then if you want to make it go inside the text box, you can actually make it smaller, but at the same time, if you move the post-it, the text is going to be there, you know, it's not going to move. So it's a bit of a hassle. So let me just erase this. So how do I edit the sticky note? Simple. You just hover across on your mouse, double click it, and then you can edit the sticky note yourself. You can make this into a points form. You can say, Ricky, in the weekly meeting, what I did was I edit website. Okay, number 2, I have a meeting with the website people, website PIC. And then number 3, last one is I managed to create content. There you go. Once that's done. Now you notice whenever I wrote something, right? Actually, the sticky note is adjusting to the font size. If you noticed just now. If you didn't notice, go rewind this video again and then come back here again to see me. Now, if you notice that the font was adjusted automatically, that's how great the sticky note is. Now, you're probably wondering, this is center. Easy. You just click it one time. You can actually move the font into the right, left, or the center. Or you can actually move where the text is located, at the bottom, in the middle, or at the top. Same thing as you always do on any application when you're typing something. So I'll just make this a left version. So once I go left, that means everything is on the left. Okay, guys? Good. So let's say you say, Ricky, I want to actually change the text. You can. You can actually change the text inside to make it a bit bigger. Or you might say, Ricky, I want to change the square into a different color. You can. So you can click it once, let Miro know which one you're editing, and then you click the color, and then you can change this to any color you like. You don't have to add another sticky note. You can just change the color of the sticky note right there and then. Okay. Now, some of you say, okay, Ricky, but I do not need a square. I need a circle. Do I just make another circle of the sticky note? Simple. You let Miro know which one you're editing, and then you click the circle, and my writing will go into a circle. Simple as that, guys. So I'm gonna make it a bit bigger so you can actually see what I wrote, and that's it. You know, it's just really cool. It's very adjustable and it's very automatic. You don't have to do things. You do less. Just write and write and write, and you can eventually write on the sticky note. Let's just move this back into a square sticky note. Yeah. So once that's done, this is what I call the sticky note. Really cool, right, guys? Fantastic. Good. Let me erase this. Let's go to the next one. The next one is a shape tool. What is a shape tool? So a shape tool is normally I use this for territory wise. So sometimes I use this and then I will make the inside pink, and then I will use another shape, which is circle right there. Once I make the circle, but I want the circle into a different color because I know the circle is a territory for a different theme. So I'm going to make it green. So this is a shape. I call the shape, why? Because it just maps a territory in your Miro. It lets your team know where they need to edit. So example, I will add a text and I will say this text, this is Team A. So I'm going to make this text a bit in the middle, and I'm going to copy paste it, and then I'm going to make another title, and I'm going to put the here title Team B. That's it. Once this is done, when I start my meeting, I can ask everyone to come into my board, and I can say, okay, Team A, please edit inside your pink square, right? And Team B, please edit inside your green circle. You can actually make any shape you like. And there's a lot of shape. I mean, if you click the shapes, right, there's many shapes. There's stars, there's diamond, there's triangles, there's rectangular, there's, you know, there's many shapes that you can actually use. Okay, so I'll only use these shapes. Oops, I just made another circle. So I just use these shapes for mapping their territory whenever they want to contribute something inside the Miro. So cool, right, guys? So let me just erase this. Once I erase this, once that's done, we're gonna go to a couple of more tools. So you guys stick around. You might want to know this because at the end, I will let you know something really cool about this Miro. You ready? So the next tool is called the pen tool. The pen tool is what you use to draw. Now, if you have an Apple Pencil and you're using an iPad, you can draw it straight away. It makes it very easy for you. Now, since I'm using a mouse, I'm gonna do my best to make a sign, okay? So I'm gonna use the pen tool at the top. There's a highlight tool at the top also. There's an eraser. I rarely use the eraser. I will let you know why very soon. So I'm going to use a pen, right? And then I'm going to choose the color. I'm going to choose a black color, and then I'm going to choose the thickness. If you can take a look at the screen, that's how I move the thickness. The thickness is how thick your pen is going to be, which is when you write down how thick the writing is going to be. Let me show you what it looks like, okay? So if I zoom in, right, and then if I write down, you see how thick that is? Right? And that thickness of the pen, it's what makes it easier for you to write down in the Miro. That's what it is. So sometimes it's too thick for me. So I'm just going to make it halfway, and let's see if I can sign here. You ready, guys? It's still too thick because for me, a signature is not that thick. So I'm going to press the color again, and I'm going to make it just thicker as that. And then I'm going to make sure I sign. So you guys ready? Look at my fantastic sign. Here it is. Look at that. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Okay, once that's done, I sign this, and it seems a bit thick, yeah? So I can make it a bit smaller again. And then let's see. Nah, this is much better. So once that's done, this is my second sign attempt. Now, there you go. Once that's done, finish. You can use this as anything you like. You want to draw, you want to write down anything, you want to underline, you can. You can use a highlighter, you can. The highlighter is the second tool. So you just use it. It's the same way how you use it. The thickness and the thin is the same way as that. All right. So once you're done, you would like to move your board to a different section, but you can't. You see that? I cannot drag my whiteboard down. I can't. I'll let you know why. Because I'm still holding the pen, you see. And as long as I'm holding the pen, I cannot drag or I cannot select the circles. I cannot. So what you need to do is you need to go back and change the pen to a select tool. Remember the select tool at the beginning of this video? It's all the way at the top. You see that? So I changed it to the select tool and now I can actually drag my whiteboard. You see that, guys? Simple as that. Now I'm gonna go zoom out and then I'm gonna select everything that I just made and then I'm going to erase it just like that. Cool, right, guys? Fantastic. Now let's continue, okay? We still have a couple of more. Number one. Next one. It's called a comment. The comment is so simple, guys. You can use this comment and to anywhere you like. So once you press a comment anywhere on the board, you can actually write down the comment. So example, if you're an educator, you've seen someone's work and you like to comment, it's just not nice for you to use a sticky note. It's nice for you to use a comment tool. So how does a comment tool work? You can just say, excuse me, you can just say, Ricky, you need to add more colors. Yeah, you can add more colors and then you can put a smiley face. Once that's done, that means it goes as a comment. Here you go. Once I let go of my mouse and I click anywhere else, you see that comment box. It's always designed as a yellow box. So when I press this, you will see my comment. Now, when the students come in or the participant come in or any of you are making a program, you can actually type at the bottom and reply to that comment. You can actually reply to the comment. And once you reply the comment, then the teacher will see it next time. And then the teacher can actually make this resolve. And when they make it resolve, no one can actually put any comment at the bottom because the discussion is finished. All right. So once that's done, that's it. That's the comment, guys. Isn't it cool? You can actually make smiley faces. You can actually put in, you can put in a plus, you can put in a like. It's really, really cool. Now, some of you, whoever you invited into the Miro, they're automatically followed into the comment. So let me repeat that one more time. If you invited your students, there's about 17 students in the Miro. You make one comment because they are inside that Miro. They're eligible to get the notification. So if you need to erase the comment, just simply erase, then the comment is gone. It's one of the best tools that I love. All right, guys. All right, so next one, here it is. So the next one is, I call this the frame tool. The frame tool is really cool also. Why is it cool? Let me just share with you one thing, okay? So let's say you're teaching in class or you have a program and you would like to show day by day the content. So example, you will say this is content day 1 and this is content. This is double click it. I'm going to double click it. And then you're going to say, okay, I'm going to use the select button, remember? And then I'm going to double click it and I'm going to say content day 2. And then I'm going to say content day 3. Now, there's another thing that you can actually do when you're on the first day, whenever you're teaching, whenever you're training, and you don't like to show the second part of the information on your Miro board, you can actually use a frame. This is called a frame. Now, let me click the frame. You can actually see it. And then I'm going to use the custom one. And then when I press the custom one, it's going to give me a frame. Now, I'm going to frame the first part of the sticky note. You ready? So I'm going to make this the first part. And then once I frame it, now that sticky note goes inside that frame. Now, I can color the frame if you like to. I can just color the frame any color that I like. Let's say I can color it red. I can color anything that I like. Once that it's done, I'm going to actually just lock it one time. And then when I lock it one time, that seems done. And then I'm going to press frame. And then you see this I button. You see it? It says hide frame. So whenever I press it, it's going to actually, there you go. It's going to actually hide my frame. If you can take a look at it, you see? It hides it. And when you hide your frame, the people on that day won't be able to see the frame itself. Now, the reason that it doesn't work, guys, because The reaon why it doesn't work, guys, is because I am on a free plan. Just now, I asked myself to go on a free plan and a 14-day trial. All right, so guys, so I'm going to click this. So once I click it, it's going to hide it. Isn't that cool? So once I hide this, no one else can actually move this except me, which is I'm the admin. If you want to hide the third day, it's very simple. You just put a frame again one more time, and then you're going to put it right behind the first content, the third day content. And I'm going to make this, because it's the third day, I'm going to make this into a green. And then I'm going to just lock it for a second, and then I'm going to hide it. There you go. So on any of the first day and the second day, you can actually hide your content. So the participant or the student doesn't see it straight away, and they cannot unhide it because you are the admin and you are the board owner. So how do you unhide it? You click it once, and then you open the eye. It's like an eyelid, really cool, right? And then you open it, and then it will show. Ta-da! Cool, right, guys? Fantastic, nice. So let's say if I want to show the day 3 also, I just open it, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Now, this is used by Frame. Frame, you don't have to close it. You can also use Frame as a background color of every post that you have. All right, so let me just close this. Once I close that's done, let's go to the next one. This is the last part of my sharing of this video. You ready? This is something really cool. You're probably asking me, Ricky, so how do I actually put a photo inside my Miro? Simple. If you click the 3 button here on the left at the bottom, you click it once, there's this thing called the Google image search. When you click it, it says, sorry, Google image search is temporarily unavailable. Now, I've already know that it's unavailable because it's been under construction for a while. So you cannot actually put pictures inside the Miro using the Google image search tools. So what you can do is you can open another tab, yeah, and then you open google.com. And once you open, let's say you want to find out a picture of Monas, let's say, yeah, picture of Monas. And then you look at Monas and you press picture or gambar. And then when you find Monas, this is the cool picture of Monas, let me tell you. So when you find Monas, you don't have to click it. You don't have to make it bigger. I mean, you can click it once and then don't leave it. Keep on clicking it. And then you drag it to Miro. And when you drag it to Miro, okay, I have no idea why this Miro doesn't open. Okay, let's do it one more time. When you drag it to Miro, yes, as noticed, yeah? So I'm going to do this one more time, okay, guys? So normally on a Chrome, it will work. So what you do is you drag it to Miro, and normally the window opens. So whenever I do this, when the window opens, and then you just drag it into the Miro, it will work. So let's see if I can do this another way. You guys ready? I haven't done this yet, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to copy image, right? And then I'm going to go to Miro. Let's see if I can paste the image. Ta-da! It works, ladies and gentlemen. So isn't that cool? So you just need to open Google and then copy the image, right? Once you copy the image, you go to Miro and then you paste the image. And then this image, you can make it smaller. This is the image that I took from Google just now. Easy as that. So if you cannot go use the image source tool, yeah, you will go to a normal tab and open Google, and then you'll find any picture there, as easy as that. Now, some of you are saying this is a really cool thing. You can just drag and drop. Yes, indeed. And some of you might say, can I put a smiley? Can I draw a smiley? Some of us like to draw a smiley. But Miro prepares everything for you. You ready? There's the emoji part here. And then you click the emoji. And then you drag the smiley into your board. And the smiley is there. There you go, guys. Really cool, right? You can make this slanted, very different emojis that you have in Miro. Let's take a look at the emojis one more time. It's all this are emojis that you can probably, you know it, if you have an iPhone or if you have an Android phone, this is the emojis that you have. Really cool emojis. Lastly, while we're still here, how do I actually put a video from YouTube into Miro? Well, let's check it out, okay? So I'm going to open the same Google tab, and then this time around, I'm going to say youtube.com, and then I'm going to choose any video that I want to choose from. So let's say I'm going to choose a very short video. Let's see what video I can actually take. A very short one, okay? Okay, I know what to do. So I'm going to open my Ricky Suroso. And then I'm going to open my channel. And then once I open my channel, I'm going to pick a very, very short video. Let's see, what video should I take? I think I know. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this, this one. One night in Changi Airport, Singapore, no hotel and no money. All right, so I'm going to open this up, let's say, and then I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it. And then I'm going to use the link to copy it. And then I'm going to go to the Miro board again. And then I'm going to choose the three dot button. And I'm going to use paste iframe. And then I paste it here. And then I embed it on my Miro. Once that's done, my YouTube channel is there. That means my YouTube video is there. Now it's really cool. You can actually press this, right? And it will actually play for you. I know you can hear this, right? So I'm gonna stop this before I get a copyright strike ban. So same as that, you can actually use this and you can actually enter it in Miro. You can put a video into Miro, simple as that. Isn't that cool, guys? Okay, I'm gonna select everything, right? And then I'm going to erase this. And then my last thing that I'm gonna share with you is the toolbar at the bottom, if you can see, right? So Miro has a toolbar at the bottom also. Now, some of this toolbar, only an admin can have it. If you own the account and it's your account, you can see some of the things that's here. I will let you know what others cannot see. Number one, if you're not an admin, you cannot vote. All right. Number two, if you're not an admin, you don't have a timer. Then what is a vote? Simple. The vote is you can actually make a vote inside the Miro. So once you're done with your meeting, and if you like people like to vote any of the post-it or sticky note, you can use the voting button and Miro will calculate the votes for you. Easy as that. I'm not going to go into the vote now, but at least you know there's a vote button and you can actually use it and explore a lot more. Now, what's a timer button? Timer button, you can try it. You can try it for free and it gives me 14 days. I'm going to test everything. All right. So I'm going to choose a song. Let's say I choose a chill beat song, right? And let's say you are having a meeting and you would like the meeting to end in 20 minutes time, or you want the meeting to end in maybe 30 minutes time. Anyway, if you like that meeting end to end 30 minutes, there's a reminder for you. You can use the timer for it to remind you. Ready? I'm going to play the timer now. And it's going to come up with a song. Precisely. Of course. No song. Okay. Oh, maybe I'm actually using a free account. Supposedly there's a song to this, but let me just check it out one more time. There you go. You see, so there's a song to this, so you can actually play this song, and I'm gonna stop the song now before I get a copyright strike ban. So I'm just gonna let you know you can choose any songs you like, and it's gonna calculate 30 minutes, and it goes onwards and onwards, and it's gonna go downwards. As simple as that. And then let's say you're going. Okay, let me stop this now. And let's say you're telling me like, Ricky, you know, I need more time. Like the participant needs more time. Simple. You can just add 1 minute to your timer, or there's an option of adding 5 minutes into your timer. That's it. Nothing else. And my last thing to share with you, very simple, is let me stop this timer, stop the timer, and then I'm going to close it. The last thing I'm about to show you, if you're an admin, this button at the end, it's actually an activity button. Now, the activity button will let you know all of the activity that is done on the Miro. So if you're an educator, if you're, if you're teaching in a program and you would like to know who erased your sticky note last night, you can actually take a look at it in an activity note. And trust me, it's very, very detailed. So they will let you know who erased and what time and exact what time and what minute. Now, if you don't want that to be erased, you can actually just restore it. So let's take a look, yeah? Let's restore the part where I said, Ricky, you need to add more colors. Let's restore that comment. Remember that comment? Let's restore it. So when I press restored, automatically some objects were not restored. Okay, because I think I deleted it somehow and it didn't restore. But if you press the restore button, you can actually restore some things. Let's take a look, yeah? Okay, let's choose another one. There you go. Remember that Ricky Suroso weekly? Yes, you remember that, right? So it kind of restored all the way. And how about Ricky, if I want to restore all the way when it started just now? So let's see if we can restore it. Remember the template at the beginning that I showed you guys? Yes, it restored all the way to the beginning of the Miro board. Cool, right, guys? All right. So once that's done, once you finish, and you're probably asking me, once I finish, can I print it or can I put it anywhere or can I save it? Or does it always have to be in a board? Simple. I will just grab that mind map one more time. And then this is how I'm going to change all of my board or a part of the section of my board and change it into a PDF. You ready? So you press this button, export this board. And then once you press it, you're going to save image. Now, I don't have the tendency to save image. Why? Because I think I'm on a free account. If I have a pay, if I use my paid account, I'll be able to show you how to use the save image. But it's very user friendly. If you click this and you press save image, and they will ask you to kind of map out where you want to make it as a PDF, and then you export it, and then it will save it as a PDF. Easy as that, guys. So that's it. The only thing that I need to share with you, nothing else. That is a full set of a Miro board, how to use. And one last one before I finish off, as a bonus. I kept this last as a bonus. You see this top up here, and when you press it right, there's a sentence that says bring everyone to me. So what does that mean? Simple. I will let you know. If you have about 50 people, if you have 15 people, 1-5, if you have 10 people on the Miro board and you want them to focus on a certain section or certain part of the Miro board, as an admin, you can just press this, bring everyone to me, and then the Miro will drag everyone into my screen, inside my screen. So that way it's easier for you to explain things and you don't like people looking at your other part of the Miro board, right? It's quite annoying. So later you just drag them to you and it will come to your area of your Miro board. All right, guys, it was fantastic, right, for all of you. So I just want to let you know, thank you so much for waiting all the way to the end. And I'm sure the video was very, very useful for you. And I want to say thank you for actually watching all the way, guys. So that's it. You've become a master of Miro already. And guys, remember, if the video helped you a lot and you learned something new from this video, please click that like button. If you love the video so much, please make sure you subscribe. In that, guys, I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.